Good morning. I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Hello everyone and welcome to Hiveside Cast. This is gonna be the second special of the Meet the Player series, and as you can see we got another sorry soul here with us. It's gonna be Locklear today. You can see him here, and hello Locklear.
Hey, what's up?
Locklear is from Nexil, and before we talk about Nexil of sorts, let me ask you this questions. Who are you, where do you come from, and what do you do for a living?
Well, my name's Alec. I was actually born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. It's if you don't know where that is, central United States. Right now, I'm currently a student actually at Full Sail University. I was going to University of Memphis, but I also have a job working with AT&T. It's a cell phone tech company. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Is it a part-time or a full-time job?
It's actually a full-time job, but I'm going to school, so
Yeah, it's pretty fine. That I pretty much did my whole college with a part-time job working for Hewlett Packard, so I know how it goes.
yeah, it can be a little difficult sometimes on time consumption.
So, how did you find out about NS2?
Well, I started playing Natural Selection 1 when I want to say I was like 12 years old, and I really liked it. I just played Commander mostly in public games. You know, everyone laughed at me because I had a little kid's voice, and you know, just kind of started out there. And after that, I kind of moved into RTS games, and I was playing one RTS game, Dawn of War 2, at I don't know. I mean, it was pretty high level. I was like top 100, and you know, I had a lot of fun with it. But the game didn't go anywhere, so I was like, man, you know, what am I gonna play next? So then I look over at Natural Selection 2, and I'm like, whoa, you know, this game's coming out, wow. And I'd actually pre-ordered pretty much like the day that they announced it, and here I am, now that my PC can run it.
Oh, I forgot to mute the whole team, so you're gonna have to give me some time here.
Okay.
Unless it's gonna be like, whoa, anything. What I wanted to say, I used to play Dawn of War 1 competitively on the European 2 vs 2 ladder with a friend of mine. And that was Winter Assault expansion, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
That was so back in the days, and the Winter Assault was probably one of the best balanced, considering it had 5 races in it. And there were some situations where it wasn't balanced as it should be, but still, compared to all the other RTSs with multiple races and like StarCraft only, probably Dawn of War Winter Assault was one of the more better organized ones. I also tried playing Dawn of War 2, but never kinda got into it. And I have to say,
Yeah.
you probably did watch some of the casts and you know about Harlequin, right?
Harlequin cast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much the Meet the Players idea is where it comes from. And I do know a few of the players from the scene, for example, like Choco Bambus.
Choco, yeah, he's a pretty good Warp Spider player.
Yeah, he lives in a neighboring country of mine, and we used to play sometimes, but I totally got raffle stomped by him every time we played. He has such a unique style, though.
Yeah,
But still.
the Warp Spider,
Oh yeah,
questionable on balance in my opinion, but he was a very good player nonetheless.
Yeah, that interceptions with grenades when you retreat. Oh god, that was so awful.
Oh, and the phase shift. It's actually still in the game. Just moved to tier 3.
Well, still.
But anyways.
Let's talk back about an NS2. How was Nexil founded, and what's the history of Nexil?
Well, Nexil itself it goes back further than our team actually. It's founded by Drone, who's our sponsor. He started the team from, I believe, another team in Team Fortress 2. Um, he was involved with another team there, and things were going downhill, I believe. So he went ahead and took I think the team with him, and formed a new team. And since then, I think he's been the sponsor of many teams that are on Nexil. We've had League of Legends, Call of Duty. Project Blackout team was very successful until they recently just left. But yeah, Nexil goes way back. Our particular team was recently formed about 2 months ago. It was between a group of, I guess, public veterans that I had with me, along with members of Transcend. And, you know, we've lost a couple people. Recently we picked up Bitey and Gliss, two really good players that I enjoy playing with a lot. But that's just kind of a brief history, and yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much covered everything there. So, what would you say about the current status of the community after 1.0? Do you see it developing more towards competitive or casual plays?
Well, I see there's a ton of teams signed up. It feels like there's a lot more interest in competitive play now, but I can't be sure. Obviously there'll always be more casual players, but it seems like competitive play is becoming more of the focus, but that's just my perspective.
Yeah, so do you have any advices for the new players, be it casual or competitive players?
My advice, overall, whether you're looking to play casual or competitive, don't give up on the game. It it might seem really difficult at first, but you just hang in there. Eventually, you'll figure stuff out. Actually, specifically, if you're really looking for a good place to get some advice, I do have a stream called Learn to Play NS2, LTP NS2. It's on Twitch TV, and between me and Bitey, we'll be having a lot of videos and interactive stuff to help people learn and get active and into the competitive community if they choose to do so. But yeah.
While we're at it, you're planning to save the hive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just covered pretty much the second question. Any good NS2 sites? You said about Learn to Play NS2, so is there anything else you have on top of your mind?
I think there's this really good site called ns2hub.com. I think there's a lot of good stuff there from what I've been told and from what I've seen. So that would be the other side I would mention.
Yeah, I would have to agree on that. Swak said the same thing. We do hope that Arga will pretty much improve it, because the site is still work in progress, pretty much.
Yeah, it looks like a good start though. I'm liking the way it's going.
Giggity. So, what do you think about hopes for the ENSL League you signed up also?
I feel like, there's been a little bit of, I've heard there's been a little bit of recent turmoil between a couple teams, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with All In our division, but nonetheless, I feel like there'll be some good games. There's some good teams in our division. We're in Division 1 NA, and I feel like with 70 teams signed up?
94 in
lot
total.
of good game.
94 teams in total.
94,
Yeah, and
wow.
few of those are not sorted out, so as I said to Swak, we can
Right.
expect at least 75 teams, so that's pretty much still a very
Indeed.
big number.
That is a huge number. Yeah, I expect this season to be really successful, actually, with the amount of teams. As long as balance stays good and the game keeps getting better, I definitely will foresee a awesome ENSL season.
Yeah, I have to agree on that. So, what's the future of Nexil on the competitive scene? Do you have any big plans coming?
Well, we're looking to be the best in North America. So far, I think we're well on our way to earning that title. But that's pretty much our plan, and be the best and try to help as many people along the way as we can, because we're very geared towards helping new players, helping people better understand the game, and so that's kind of our goal as a team. Not only to be the best, but to show other people how they can get better, and maybe they'll be the best one day.
Yeah, I mean, the only way you can progress up your skill if you play versus a better clan to try to learn something from them. Otherwise, there's no room
Yeah.
for improvement if you play with continuously low-skilled clans. It's kind of like you can compare it to Dawn of War. I mean, if I never played versus Choco, I would never get to the level I was at.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, you know, a special shout out to Archaea. I mean, their games are really helpful to us. And referring back to Dawn of War 2, I used to play a guy, Edija. He was pretty damn good. And it's a definite thing in competitive play that you have to play teams better than you. Otherwise, you'll never learn, and you'll always be doing the same things that you think might be right, but actually aren't.
True that. So, do you think there are any new upcoming clans on North American scene to watch out for? Any good players? Are you planning to recruit more?
I think a team to definitely watch out for would be SCM. I think they're doing pretty good right now. I think they got some solid players. Um, Other than that, obviously All In and Inversion. They're not new teams, but definitely teams to watch out for. As far as new players, I have seen some new players doing exceptionally well. I guess Adaculus would be one example. I think he's a very good shot, new player. I think he's playing for All In. I think I'm a truck for LOC. I think he's a pretty good player. But that's all that comes to mind right now.
No, that's a good thing to know. Well, were there any notable moments in Exil's history during gameplay or any funny stories? Do you have anything on top of your mind?
Well, I think I think we had as far as notable moment, I guess our most notable moment was when we somehow, by some miracle, managed to beat Archaea in the first Beta Cup tournament on ENSL. I was absolutely amazed that we pulled it off. I mean, Archaea played really well, and somehow we managed to beat them. I mean, there was a little drama, there was a little bit of things going on with the servers, but overall, I was really amazed that we actually pulled that off. And as far as funny moments, there were a few times where one of our old players, Mobetta, the guy, he would just come up with the craziest stuff, and he'd say the funniest things sometimes, and do the funniest things. A good example would be he was trying to convince us that this game Darkfall or whatever is something we should all go play, and it just looked like the silliest game I'd ever seen. And that's the sort of thing he'd do all the time, is just funny stuff. But it's like 3 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm
Yeah,
kinda,
okay. I,
I don't know what to say here.
everything fine. So, while we're at 3 o'clock in the morning, what do you say about hours of play and chance of people encountering you or other Nexil members on the server except the 3 o'clock?
I think I might be one of the only people up on our team at this hour because I just could not sleep earlier.
Is that the only reason?
Well, I think a lot of us have early morning work schedules. Kind of hurts when we're trying to scrim inversion and they want to scrim later, and we're like, we have to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's the problem about the East-West coast.
Part of it is definitely that. We got my boy Gliss. He's over in West Coast, and we've got a couple people I think East, and then I'm Central. So we're all spread out actually.
Yeah, so on which servers do you play mostly? Do you own the server?
The servers I play on mostly are just kind of whatever is open. Like if there's a slot on the all-in server, I definitely would choose that over other stuff. But yeah, I'm not too choosy as long as the performance is high and the ping's low.
Oh god, I so love the random Steam group invites. I just got a new one. We'll have to check that one for the next one. And to bring this interview to an end, I will ask you, do you have any recommendations for the next interview? So I can keep an eye out for it?
I think someone worthy of interviewing as far as like
as
a team leader.
Currently we're at that status.
Well, obviously I would say Archaea.
By the way, who is the exact leader of Archaea? Is it Zako?
I'm pretty certain it's Zico, but if it's not, it would be Scram. I know
he's
Fano
the field
was
captain. He's the
not
field captain.
originally- Yeah, I mean he's not originally part of the team. I believe he just kind of joined over.
Yeah,
the last
I
few
know. He
months.
played for Nine Legends, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then he played for a
Yes.
lot of different clans. Pretty much jumping, yeah,
he was inversion.
inversion and something else. So now you're pretty much screwed.
Oh yeah.
The sound of that.
At least I got these
Yeah.
pipes.
So, as I said, you said someone from Archaea. Well, we'll see if they're up for it. I mean, this is, as I said, nothing is forced here, so pretty much all the interviews are done voluntarily. I mean, thank you for staying up so late.
No problem, man.
Okay,
I
yeah, say what you want.
I was gonna say, thanks for doing this. I think it's a great idea, and I think the competitive community will
Yeah,
appreciate it.
unfortunately, Harlequin went to China like, what, year and a half ago, and haven't heard anything from him since.
Yep. Yeah, he completely went off the map. I mean, just
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
gone. It was
I even
really
asked
crazy.
Choco, has he heard from him, and he said nope.
Yeah, he just kind of disappeared. It was quite odd. But
Yeah,
Dawn of
Dawn
War
of
2.
We always kind of go back to it. I mean, right now, after not playing it for a year and a half, I'm probably the lowest skill player there is.
Yeah, I'm sure I would do terribly also. I just it is such a game where the bugs and the exploits almost determine your skill level, like your knowledge of the bugs.
Yeah,
and the
like
exploits.
the MS2 is
'Cause,
currently
you know-
not in that stage.
Yeah, it's definitely reminding me sometimes of Dawn of War 2 when I'm playing this
Yeah,
too.
so pretty much every game is like that. It's not a bug, it's a feature, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Dawn
true.
of Bug.
Anyway, after they do Company of Heroes 2, I pretty much am sure they're gonna do Dawn of War 3. But by the way the development is coming, it looks more of a Company of Heroes Online style of game.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Which
Yeah,
will be
we won't
interesting.
see mix and
be
matches
different.
between the races. If it will be Company of Heroes Online style, then it will be, Marines versus Orcs, or I don't know, Chaos versus Imperial Guard.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be
Marines and orcs.
so
You can't go without that one.
get pretty much.
And the space elves.
Nope.
Eldar.
Yeah, I got to be mixed in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Of
So
course.
when we were talking about the Dawn of War franchise currently, I have to say one more thing. Let the Prometheus burn them to a cinders. Okay, so we're definitely gonna keep it down now, and it's, as you said, it's 3 a.m. and I'm gonna let you go to bed. You have my permission, so we're gonna bring the interview to a close. So thank you for joining this,
Alright, man.
Locklear, and see you next time.